Okay, welcome on and all to yet another episode of this, which I'm doing alone again. And what we're looking at is creating something that allows my wife to actually modify the stuff. So we have some new things, etc., etc., but some things go a bit wrong. So miscellaneous, you can get stuff like pasta, because my daughter put it there, but it doesn't make any sense for it to be in miscellaneous. It would be, somewhere else or whatever. Automotive I've added, etc. So anyway, I'd like to be able to edit the database. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new option in the main menu. And we're going to duplicate it, just like that, and reduce the amount of spacing. Let me hide that pop-up. And this one, we're gonna call it, what is it called? Item make a list. I don't know, whatever. Edit database. Let's go with like 80, but I'm gonna reduce the amount of room from the right and left to 100 and 100. One more check without the pop-ups. Yeah, okay, good. Now, the app manager should have that information, is my bet, so let's go there. Well, that information, the buttons. Alright, list, make the list button. Alright. Edit database button. So we're gonna go down to where we're using this, and we're gonna say, this, and button function, we need to add one, which is going to be edit database. And now we can go back down here, say edit database, say edit database, unhovered. Perfect. Now when we edit the database, we need a new screen. Now, how's that screen going to look like? We are going to need a screen that looks similar to the list, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the list. Call this one 3 edit database. And let's display it. So now inside edit database, we're going to remove done. And we're going to add items here that you'll be able to scroll a list of, and we are going to select them, and then once they're in the selected status, we'll be able to delete them or keep them or something along those lines. Yeah, so there needs to be buttons for categories, then the buttons for all the items. Okay. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. So this one has a horizontal layout group. Let's remove it. And let's add a vertical layout group. And it was 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. That's fine by me. And we need to control the child size. And now we're going to create an empty, which, and I'm going to rename this one database base items, and this one I'm going to call actions. And this is a layout element. I'm going to add a layout element here as well, with a minimum height of say 100, and this one will have a preferred height of 20,000, whatever, 2,000, that's fine. And here I want to start adding some buttons. So let's go to my groceries. Inside items, item title, item add button. That's not it. List, that's what I want, bottom buttons. So let's duplicate bottom buttons and put them inside actions. Okay. And now we're gonna fit it all, just like that. We are going to then say something. I don't know. These are too close to the edges, so I'm actually just going to resize this a bit and give like a 20 from the left, then 20 from the right, probably 20 from the bottom, at this point 20 from the top. And what we're going to do is we're just going to increase this minimum height a bit. There we go. 125 is probably fine. And now with these buttons, I need to decide what to do. One of them is going to be back. The other one is going to be delete, then probably add category. And probably add item. Something like that. Add category, add item. I'm not that sure. No, maybe for adding, for categories and items, I'm just going to have a contextual button in the middle of the list. I think that's going to be better. Also, let's do another thing. This color that I've picked, we're going to change it. We're going to go to a different color, so it's very obvious that you are staring at a different menu compared to the other one. I think that's going to be important. Oh, I chose a different purple, I guess. Okay, that's probably the same. In the scroll bar, the sliding area, handle, that's the one. Let's go with this pink. How does that look like? Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, these bottom buttons, I think the top is too much. Probably 10 is fine. Yes, okay, that's good. Fantastic. Right, so bottom buttons. Back to we'll leave that. Back to back to menu. Delete category, I guess. Not sure what to do, because I'm thinking the buttons should probably all be... No, it's gonna get too complicated if I do it that way. I want to click on the button and then have a deletion of some sort. Maybe a pop-up with those, with two buttons in it. That may be good too. Yeah, so you click on an item and it allows you to delete, cancel, or add. Huh. Yeah, but at that point all of these buttons down here are kind of pointless, I think. Maybe a reset defaults. That's a risky one, but let's do that. Reset default values. Something like that. Yeah, and I only have two. Okay, this one is going to be red, because it's obviously dangerous. Okay. Reset default values. I'm only writing it down so I understand what they are. And back to menu. Something like that. Okay, so let's save this. Now back to code. We need a new situation, which is edit database. Then we need two new button functions. I suppose one of them is back to menu, so that's fine. So we need one only, which is reset database defaults. Something like that. Okay. Now when we press the button and we are using the case button function database at database break, we need to change where we're going. So app manager, change state, app state, database. Okay, and then there's case button function, and this one is reset database defaults, break to do. So here we still need to do the thing. Actually, let's just write a debug.log add resetting of database. And there we go. That's good. Now back to the app manager. Let's check change state, see what it does. Okay. That's fine. Case app state edit database break. And it's gonna be setup database editing, which is a new method we will create. Setup groceries, blah blah blah. Aha. Okay, so we have regions just for that. Sounds good. Region 3 underscore edit database and region void. All right, there it is. We're also going to need an update. So void update database editing. I think quite a lot of this copying here will be pretty useful. So this will be void reset database editing and load database load submitted list. No, that we don't want that, but it does kind of do this job probably. Yeah, load submitted list, update data list. I see. Okay, so I suppose we're gonna have something very similar to this too. Populate submitted list. We are gonna need something like that. Again, I can't remember where most of this comes, but it's logically there. Get note, that doesn't matter. Send daddy item to container. Oh no, that's fine. Set title status text. Why is this here? This is in the wrong place. Yeah, this doesn't belong here. This belongs here. Okay, good. All right, now let's go work on this mess over here. So load submitted list. This one gonna be load latest database. Say manager load submitted list. So loaded list is database edit list. Now obviously none of this makes any sense for us. Here I've only copied the methods. Let's copy the entire thingamajig here, so it'll be just, you know, I can just adapt it to all of this. Reset object list, this is annoying. List, I suppose it's fine. Reset database object list. Database editing it's called, so I suppose that's what we want. And then populate database list. Alright, so there goes this. Now update daddy list. That's not what we want. Where is it? Oh, did I miss it? No, update database editing. And if load latest database. Okay, there we go. That's not bad. Now let's take a look here. So here it says string is loaded list database data list. Not quite. What we want is to rename this one to loaded database. And this is going to be database script downloaded database, probably. Yeah, that will be it. So download the database. If loaded database is null, change state to main. So it just boots me back out. Sounds good to me. Separated categories, loaded database, split separators, separator category. Now I can't quite remember how a database looks like, which isn't brilliant, is it? I just cannot remember how it looks like. But I do think it's going to be this. It's going to have a category, then a separator between categories, etc. So what would be the easiest way for me to find that out? Aha, that's a way. Start. Now there's the download routine. I think where I can go to do that I think would be safe is right here. And I could say show if on off debug.log database script database downloaded database. There we go. Are there any errors? Doesn't look like it. So it doesn't particularly matter that this still won't work for a while. That's okay. Right? I just want this. Okay, so we got a null reference here. Alright, I forgot to assign that button. I think actually I have a couple of null references for sure. There should be one for the screens, and there it is. So we need 3 edit database, and then we need the edit database button, which is right there. There we go. Okay, let's see now. Perfect. So edit database went at the end, which is a little annoying. I want it here. I want it in the middle. Okay, good. Edit database. Oh, I already had that. But anyway, so it's fruit. And then 1. Oh, I see. Visible. Then apples. 1, etc. So all the visible stuff, etc. And that's fine. Melons, mangoes, oranges, papayas, blah, blah, blah. So all of this is fruit. Watermelons. And then there's that separator. Vegetables. Okay, so I need to remove all of the visible and invisible because it doesn't matter to me here. Okie doke. I think the cheapest way for me to do it is to simply kill that part directly in the original loaded database. So loaded database equals loaded database dot replace old character is, can I do by string? Yes. This with this. So invisibles removed, or rather the information about whether they're invisible or visible removed. So these can all go. I don't like this because it's a bit of an assumption. So it should be save manager script separate. It's static. So separators, and then int separator dot note invisibility. I think that's the one. Plus. Yeah. Okay, so I think this will be good. And so for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of silence all of this. And I'm going to say debug.log loaded database. So let's just check if this is correct. So we're going to call load latest database as opposed to debugging. Okay. So we should get exactly the same information, but this time it should be fruits and then tilde and apples. And then whatever. Yep, apples. Oh, there are spaces. Are there? I'm actually a bit weirded out by this. I can't tell. No, it's just one character. Perfect. Okay, so we're good. There are no spaces. Right, we can now proceed with the usual sort of separation of everything. And now I just realized something though. The list is kind of a bit stupid. Why would I do it in a string fashion when I can go and modify the database directly, technically, right? Because there is a database that is not a string. There it is. Dictionary groceries. That's the one. I like that. So we're going to change all of this completely. We're going to go for each dictionary groceries. Yeah, none of this rubbish. So for each, and it's a key value pair, I can't remember. So let's go back to the database. There it is, this thing. So it's key value pair. Whoopsie daisies. I think this needs to be in database category. K in database.script.dict groceries. So for each of these, we're going to add the category and deal with all the rest. Now, what I'm not that sure about, right, is that there is a dictionary list that exists. That's not really what we want. In fact, I don't think we need to load anything. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to kill this completely. And we're simply going to say update database editing. That's what we're going to call. Now, update database, which seems a bit stupid, frankly. I could probably just get rid of this at that point. But it's okay. So reset database editing, and then I'm going to fill in a moment. Now populate database editing for each here. And that's our for each. A counter will probably be necessary, so let's put it right here. And now we do this. And we're going to say if counter divide by 2, I think I'm going to make it by 3, frankly. Is not 1, but 2. Why 1? Okay, well, I am going to need the objects, so I'm not sure why I did that. Not list, but edit database. There we go, and we're gonna have a title template, spacer template, and item template. They will essentially be the same. So, but we'll see. And daddy list containers. I think we only have 1, so that's not a problem. But I do think it should be picked. So it should be daddy list container, and obviously not daddy list, but edit database. Let's copy all of this, and then paste, paste, and paste. And I think I do need this. Release give object list of edit database objects. Let me put the uppercase because we like that. And daddy notes doesn't matter. Okay. So now let's go and copy the reset here. So reset database editing, it will be list edit database object is no, list name object. List any object, destroy all of the objects, list any object, clear. And that's done. Now here it's going to be list database, edit database objects. Let me quickly check. Yeah, it's all correct. Add instantiate, spacer, edit database spacer template, edit database container, and there's only one of them. So list edit database object, instantiate title template. Right, so in the title template is actually going to be a button. Slightly different button, but it is going to be a button. I'm probably gonna like change the color of the font or something of that nature. Something simple, but it makes it fairly easy to understand that it's a new category. So here we're going through all the categories. I see, and there's the counter. If the counter equals 1, oh, I suppose we could say is higher than 0. That would be it, and then we just add spacers. If it's 0 though, well, we'll see. I think I know why that's happening. I think that's fine. So list daddy objects count. Oh wait, that's all wrong. Database object count, get component express process, set text. Okay, key. So no, that's not good enough. We are going to have, so spacer. 1 second, I'm just going to replace everything. Edit database container, that's good. I'm so confused why the count will go up twice, once here and then once here. It's so odd. Man, I love looking at old code. And you just go like, oh, what have I done? I don't know. Update daddy list. Let's take a look at that. So, populate submitted list. Is that what I was looking at? Yes. And yeah, I definitely add 2 to the counter every time. I suppose these are different objects. So you get an object, and then you do something to that object, and then you add a spacer. Not sure why. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm not even gonna bother. Now, for int I k value count, that does make sense. And it should be a count, but is it a length or something? Oh, confused. The database category. Aha, it has a list of category items. Visible, not interested. Event.count, that's what we want. And it's gonna be value list category items I already got, so that doesn't make any sense to us. I don't even think we need an if at all. This is for already got, so was it already got or not already got? Already got. Alright, so we're gonna cut this and put it over here. And this in it. Okay. List item. Oh gosh. Edit database item template in the container. Button function. Daddy item already got. No. We need a new button function, and this button function is going to be database select item or category. So let's go in order. Category or item. That's what we're going to call this particular function. Right here. Obviously this is not a 1, that's my bad. K value I item, I'll worry about that in a second. Yep, that's all good. That's all good. Now K value list category items I, and it's probably got a name or something. Item, there you go. That's a string. Don't like this, bit messy. Put this down. Put this. Don't put this. Put this here. There we go. Okay. This is looking good in principle. I'm gonna have to test it. Obviously, I'm not certain. Let's move this region back. I don't like where it is. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So we're in a good spot here, ish. Setup database editing. Update database editing. And that's what we're going to do for now. This we're not going to do at all. And that is that. So now it's only a matter of filling in all of the blanks in the prefabs. So let's take a look. Daddy list button, daddy list spacer. I think we can keep the daddy list spacer, but the daddy list button, I suppose we can. Not so sure. Aha, text daddy list title. We do need a edit database title. Yeah, we definitely need that. And I think that may be the only one. So I may have a bit of redundancy here, but I may want to keep it because you never know. Alright, so title template is a database title. Spacer template is the list template. Item is the list button. The database container is, I cannot remember. There's a content rect transform, so my bet is it's this. There you go. I'll worry about the buttons underneath later. Now's not the time. Okay. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Alright, so that's not too bad. It's only setting up the 2, then doing some skips, etc. I'll fix that in a moment. Now I want 3 in the list, not 2. And fruit is annoying, so I think I've got the wrong one I'm editing or something. Populate submitted list. Let's see. That's a spacer, I don't care. Daddy list template. Oh, daddy list spacer template. I'm looking at the wrong one. Aha, that's definitely wrong. So edit database title template. I've got that wrong. So edit database spacer. Edit database item template. Okay, that's good. These are all correct. Now I've got my math wrong here. Eesh. It was the number of things I'm gonna fit vertically. I think I know why. So in my content, there's a grid layout, and I said I want cell size, horizontal, etc., unconstrained, minimum size, blah blah blah. So I need to reduce the cell size a bit. It's like 400 or something. And then I'm just going to play it by ear. Okay, that's clearly too little. Let's simply not maximize and play. It's already the case, never mind. So now let's increase, and here's where we are. So 575 I think is good. So let's stop this. 575, and then we're gonna correct the spacing error. So I need another spacer here when I add a title. What the heck? Why is the title always wrong? That is irritating. I thought I've just told it to call the right one, but it's refusing to do so. Actually, let me check what the object is first. Pause. Content, text, daddy list title. I thought, but I apparently am a little crazy. I didn't save. Gosh darn it. Okay, so counter divided by modular division by 3 is higher than 0. Then I'd like you to add a spacer. So we're start at 0. We go to next to the next category, and we're gonna say while counter is higher than 0. Add that, so that should help with that aspect immediately. I'm confused a bit by this. Right, we're at 0. Never mind. Okay, I'm not confused at all. So it adds this, then it carries on. Yeah. Okay, oh, this makes sense. I think, with one possible exception. This doesn't make sense. So here I need, and this is also incorrect. Right, got it. So we're going to copy this, because it's going to be a button, fundamentally. And set category item, that's correct. That's correct. Set a button, this is wrong though. This one is k.value.category, oh dear, what's it called? You must have a name, don't you? Oh no, just k.key. Yes, that'll do. Okay, so here we need to add 2 of these spacers. So we're gonna say 2, and I'm just gonna put a hard-coded value. This is an obsolete line. This is not. So here we add these, and we should now have sufficient space to get to 3. All right, give it a quick test. See what we get. No worries, Dan. I appreciate your support. I always do, and I hope you're well. Okay, edit database. All right, that's pretty good. Now the one thing that, oh wait, that's pretty good. Not quite. This went wrong pretty badly. I'm not sure why though. I can't quite explain this, because we should get that going down 1 row. Bathroom, and then it adds us to, yeah, so the bathroom is making a mistake. Alright, I'll take a look at that. I'm not particularly fussed. This will be an easy fix. What bothers me is the button is not very clearly a category, and I need to make it much more obvious that it's a category. Now I can't change the background. I can't do that, but I can change the text freely. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the text as some kind of very obvious different color, like purple or something. So let's take a look at this now, real quick. There. Okay, so this is already helpful in telling, I mean, it sucks the color I've picked because it's so difficult to read, so I'm going to pick another one, but it is definitely helpful to tell. There. Lovely, beautiful pink. It's definitely helpful to tell what a thingamajig is. Yeah, that's good. Now, let's figure out what the error is there. That surprises me because this should be working, but it isn't. So I think the problem might be the counter. So here you edit, oh, I think I see. I think I forgot to add a counter every time I add an item. That has to be it. Let's take a look if that's the case in populate submitted list here in this case. Yes, see, I forgot to add an item. That's what occurred. All right, let's do it. And I think this will fix all the math. And everything will be lovely and correct. Let's see. All right. That's perfect, see? Here's zucchini, etc. Now, what I think I'd like to do is it's still not clear enough for me. I'd like to have an extra entire line of space. So before every category is added, except the first one. So I'm going to rename this counter to item counter. Or object counter, that's probably more correct. And then I'm going to add a category counter. Well, not really. I can, yeah, it's that. Int cat, or make it just boolean, really. Bool first category added equals false. And then here at the end of the loop, I'm going to say first category added equals true. And here I'm going to say if first category added, if before I add another category, for length of 3, again, not brilliant that it's one of these, but okay. Add spacers, and then go with the object counter. So if I've done this right, we should now get extra lines. Yes. There you go. And I think this is not great, obviously. If I were to make a real app, I wouldn't make anything nearly as ugly as this, but it is acceptable. So we got, as you can see, a completely wrong category called all filter. That was a mistake I made, right? So that one's got to go. And this will be the next step, because I think we can click these, but it won't do anything. Yep, that's right. Okay. What time is it? Okay, 40 minutes in. I can carry on for a bit. Good. Now, let's start working on case button function, edit, that's not it. Or category or something. Okay, database select category or item. Break. So what this is going to do is going to public void activate category or item. Oh, and I forgot something entirely. We need a button for additions and a button for removal. That's right. And the button for removal is going to be all the way at the bottom, I think. And the button for addition... No, we said we were going to make it into a pop-up. That's it. Activate category or item. So we need a new pop-up. Now I don't. We have a pop-up manager. I think this is our guy. Manage database item or category. I should probably go with category or item. Really. I've changed my mind on something. I want to simplify my own life. So instead of having this situation, database select category item, I'm going to put database select category and then database select item. It just simplifies everything, you know. Database select item. Perfect. Now, here we go. Category. Then I'm going to do select item. Item. And then in the app manager, when I call activate category and then activate item. They're going to be fairly similar, but there you go. Okay, so that's that. Now we need to go to the pop-up manager. The pop-up manager is going to have manage category and then manage item, I guess. Sure. Database item. All right, so for this one, we are going to need to check through all of these. So case, pop-up type, manage database category, break, case, pop-up type, manage database items, break. Now, okay, so this one calls a pop-up. Interesting. So apparently I have an inbuilt class that allows me to do this. And I'm just going to do that for now. So in fact, it could very well be that I simply need to do this, and I need one more actually, which is reset database defaults. And we're gonna do that as well. Whoopsie daisies. There we go. And so these are completely unnecessary. Okay, there's the ad hoc buttons. Let's leave those alone. Let's leave that alone. Confirm pop-up. All right, here we go. So case pop-up type manage database category break, and it will depend on whether we say yay or nay. And then case prototype manage database item break. Confirmed is a boolean. I'm tempted to change it into an integer so I can add a cancel. Because I would like, oh no, there's just basically delete the item. That's it. Delete this item. Yes or no, cancel, whatever. Anyway, one thing at a time. Reset database defaults. Break. That probably exists in the database already, but I'm not sure. I'll figure something out. Okay, sounds acceptable. Now for manage database category, I need to delete that category. Yes, but first, before I do that, I want to take a look at my pop-up manager to understand it better. So there they are. These are all of the ones that exist, and obviously there's now more. There are 3 more. So let's do 1 for now, so 6, because this is going to be quite similar to clear list. So this one was, what did I call it? Manage database category. Oh bummer, I click on the wrong thing all the time. Manage database category, let's put it with a capital M. No, load list. Ooh, look at that, look at that. So there's objects. All right, that's not that bad. Clear list confirmation. So maybe I can use clear list confirmation. I think so. I think I can use the same object, frankly. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So clear list confirmation, because I'm fairly sure at least one of these uses the same. So load list, name your list. Add category item, add category. See, yeah, that one shares the thing. I was right. So select the list to load. That's obviously wrong. It's gonna be copy this, paste this. Are you sure that you want to remove this item? Oh, category and all of its items. All. Well, that's stupid. This will be once you delete them, they will disappear forever. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Text, that's good. And TMU input box, there's none. That's good. Loadable list rect transform, that's correct as well. Custom buttons, there's only 0, but we want 2, and these 2 are going to be yes and no. Yes button, custom button, no button, custom button. The clear list, BG buttons, yes button, and no button. I don't know that I want them in this order, frankly. I'd probably prefer to have no button first and yes button. I changed it nothing. Changed nothing. I can't make this call, I think. I'm not sure. Whatever. Leave it there. Button functions too. Confirm yes and confirm no. This one is yeah, confirm yes and confirm no, really. That's really it. Confirm yes, confirm no. Button captions. And what did you have here? Clear list or cancel. Alright, so cancel over here. Or never mind. Never mind. We'll do that. And in confirm yes, it's gonna be delete category. I like to be very explicit in my sort of warning pop-ups. Now let's duplicate this array element, and this one is going to be item. Clear do you want to remove this item from this category? Once you delete it will disappear forever. Custom buttons, yes, no. Custom function, yes, no. Delete item. Never mind. Now we're going to duplicate this one more time, and we're going to take the reset database defaults. That's what we call it. This is just a debug name for me to easily understand what this says, which you will find in the previous episodes of this series. Are you sure you want to restore the database original categories and items once all of your modifications will be lost forever? Scare the person. Reset database. Cancel. Okay, that's good. Save. I'm not too happy about the nevermind cancel difference, but I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. Alright, so this one is database select category, and this one is database select item. There we go. That's much better. And now in the custom button, when we do database select category, we need to check what we did for the clear list. Pop-up manager, request pop-up, and it's manage database category. Okay, ugly name, but whatever. Database item. Okay. And case button function. Reset database defaults. Brick. And it's the same concept. Reset database defaults. Oh, apparently I already had it. Let's just clear it and we're done. Okay, now for the confirmation yay and nay, I think what happens is that we go to confirm pop-up, and here we have all of them. So manage database category, and here is the crux of the problem. So this one is activate category. No, we're going to change this to delete category, or remove. Let's do remove. Delete's fine. And delete. Except I think all of this probably can go straight to the database, but I will need to call update database editing. So let's make this public, which does all of the resetting and everything else, whatever. I'm curious also to see how this behaves, because I think it's going to move my viewport up, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I think I'm going to bear with it. It does suck though. Let me see, custom bun. I'm not sure, we'll see. App manager, right, we need to go to the database, and there's add item to database. I want a delete thingy, so public void, really. Delete category from database string category, and public void delete item from database with string category and string item. There's an interesting problem, I think, but it will solve itself. If you add a duplicate item, are you making a non-game app in Unity? I am. So this is part of a YouTube series that I do I used to do with my daughter. She's decided to step out. She doesn't want to do these anymore. But this app is being quite useful for us. So I have decided to sort of refine the app to the point I'm happy. You can find it here. And thanks for the follow. And here you can see the entire construction of the app from start to finish. Now, I want to warn you right away, there's a lot of things that aren't done very well. This is partly due to me working with my child. I'm not doing things that are too complex. That's kind of the goal, keeping it somewhat simple. But we're using it all the time now. So, you know, I now want to make it better. Anyway, so I need to delete the category. So let's check what I'm doing for add category. That should be fairly simple. So we're going to use, that's stupid. I don't want to check for duplicates of a category. That's fine. Dict category rather, remove. And I think category should be sufficient. Yep. And then string content to convert the database. And then save manager, save groceries database. And then start web interaction and do your thing. And what I want to do after that is nothing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create two public voids here. So this one can remain private actually. Two public voids, and I'm going to say remove category, string category, and public, whoopsie daisies, public void, remove, you poodle, remove item, string item. We're not getting the category because we're going to get it from here. We're going to deduce it. Hi. Yeah, so all of this stuff goes on YouTube unedited essentially, so I can't really talk too much to chat at the moment. I apologize. There's other streams that I do where I talk to chat all the time. Okay, so delete category from database is going to get called here. So it's going to be database script, delete category from database, category. Just send it unfiltered, easy. And then update the database for editing. That should immediately work. Now the second bit is a bit different. It's going to be database, delete item from database. And I need a check first. And I don't quite remember what it's called. But it's something like get database, get something, get useful. Get something, yes. Get category from item, that's the one. So I'm going to say string temp category equals database script get category from item. If temp category is different, yes, it's different than empty, then we can go temp category over here, item over here. And then I want you to update the database editing. And that should do. So if we go to custom button and we tell our custom buttons to do the thing they're supposed to do. No, never mind. It's request pop-up. So we need to talk to the pop-up manager. There it is. So if we are, if not from pop-up block and confirmed, then app manager remove category. If not from pop-up block, what are you unhappy about? Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Well, that's a bit rubbish. That's a bit rubbish because I need to know which one I've picked. I need to store this information somewhere. The only option that I see at the moment is for a micro silly function that sort of stores this information. So I'm going to have that. Public string last selected category Doesn't have to be public actually, does it? Yes, actually, it needs to be public. And public string last selected item. Not brilliant, but that's okay. That's what I'm gonna go for. This is a perfect example of something that I would do very differently if I were making a professional app. Public void set. What did I call it? Set last selected category. Last selected category with a string category. And simply last selected category equals category. And public set last selected item. Item. Whoopsie daisy. Come on, mate. And item. So now when I click the button and I open that pop-up, I'm going to also app managers. Manager. Awesome. .script set last selected category with ID, I think. And then set last selected item with ID. That's it. And now that they are selected, I can at least refer back to them from here. So it would be remove category. Which category? But that's easy. It's in app manager. Actually, tell you what. Yeah, you're annoying. I'm gonna say remove last selected category. This is remove last selected item. So we don't need to receive category, we don't need to receive item, because what we're going to use is last selected category and last selected item. I like that. So remove last selected category and remove last selected item. And for reset database defaults, let's give that some time before we make any decisions. But I do want the possibility to simply exit that menu, at least. So I want to have those two buttons. That's fine. There should be two custom buttons that I have right here. And one custom button is going to be back to menu button. I don't know if I can use it though. There may be a discard it's called. It's kind of stupid. Let's go leave edit database button and restore database default button. Okay, and these both need to be set up. Let's do this actually. Void setup edit database. And the thing that I'm going to primarily set up is these buttons. So it's going to be very similar to this. So I'm just going to copy these two, even though they're wrong buttons, but that's okay. Put them right here. And I'm going to go level edit database button as one of them. Leave edit database button. And then restore database button. The other one. And back to menu is good. And then reset database. Reset database to original state. Okay, that's good. Test. There's going to be a few things that may or may not work. We'll see. Edit database. Okay, so we got the database. Click on apples. Are you sure you want to erase your list? So this is clearly wrong. Never mind. I know why. Because I am using a prefab. No, but that doesn't make any sense. That should work. I must have made a mistake here. No, here. Database select item. That's the issue. No, never mind. Actually, it's not the issue. That's correct. Database select category. Alright, let's see here. Set up button. Blah, blah, blah. So you set up, no, that's odd. I've made some kind of strange mistake, but I think this one should be what I'm clicking. Test. So let's just do this for now. Let's put a test in the selection of an item and see if I'm using the right one. Because if I'm using the right one, then the problem's somewhere else. I don't know. Yes. So it says in test. It's saying test. This means I'm selecting the correct one. Manage database item. Alright, so request pop-up. Manage database item. Current pop-up type. Well, then you should go to that. Did I misread? Am I stupid? I don't think so, but it's strange. So edit database, limes, all unsaved. It's definitely calling the wrong text. So did I not save or something? That's not impossible. Or I may have changed that during playtime because I may be a bit of a fool. I'm not sure. No, it definitely has a different text. A hot dog. What am I doing wrong? This should be correct. Wait a second. No. See, that should also work. Give that a test. I need to know what's happening. That's wrong. That's strange. I'm surprised. I should have already found the problem. Manage database item. What the? Ah, and the buttons are also correct. It said manage database item. It said it. I saw it. Ha! Click. Manage. Are you sure you want to remove this item from this category? What the? Okay. This crazy, my dude. What did you go and change with that content? Because you must have changed a. There it is. So we went to text load list. Oh, that is fascinating. I think I made a funky mistake. A very silly one, but it must have happened before too. No, it hasn't happened before. I'm just a potato. In fact, it also has a nothing to load. Yeah, I'm a potato. So this is none. Dang it. Extra buttons on mice, I don't dig them. I've never liked the side buttons on my mouse. And then I click it by mistake and then I'm very sad. None. Alright. And none. Yeah, I made a silly mistake. Sir, would you kindly listen? Thank you. Now clear list and clear list. And clear list, and that's way better. And now it should all work without any debug logs. We don't need them. Okay. Edit database. So I want to go and do something realistic, which is I want to go to condiments, and I think they have something really stupid in it, like honey. Honey is not a condiment. Are you sure you want to remove this item from this category? Once you delete it, it will disappear forever. Delete item. Boink. I see honey still there. I cannot set up back to menu. I forgot to call that. Okay, so there's a few errors, but at least that may have applied, and I have noticed an update there. So let's see. It's still there. Fudge. Okay, well, we'll find that out in a moment. Oh, wait a second. Is my... Oh, I don't have a delete item for that. That's hilarious. That's officially funny. Yeah, so dict groceries square bracket category dot list category items. We're probably gonna do a crazy check. Nah, I'm safe. Content, no, so I don't need that. It's remove, and it's database. Oh, hello, database item, eh? I need to find the correct database item. There's no other option. The loop is not going to be particularly long, so that's fine. And ironically, it adds that security I was going to add. So for go to list of category items dot count, and I'm going to say if items I dot name item dot item is item. Well then. I'm going to say the category items remove I and return. Easy enough. Okay, so that's one step. The second step was I completely forgot to set up the edit database when I go to that place. So here, instead of this, I'm going to say this. And then in setup, after the buttons are set up, I'm going to update it. All right, and that should help enormously. Let's see. Let's clear this as well, so we make sure. Boink, null reference exception. Of course, I'm an idiot. I forgot to tell it what my buttons are down here. I make this mistake every time. I forget to assign buttons. We joke with my daughter frequently that this is kind of a tradition of the house by now. I'm a bit late, 1 hour 12. That's okay. Clear. All right, edit database. Perfect. So let's go find the condiments. Hey, thanks for the resub, mate. 18 months. That's pretty epic. Condiments. Let's remove the honey. Delete item. It's gone! It's gone! And, much to my surprise and happiness, the viewport didn't change. So I was still here. That was great. So, let's remove Nutella from condiments. Yes, that's awesome. Back to main menu. Make the list. Condiments. It's not there. Very nice. Okay, so now let's stop the app. Launch the app again. We should go to the internet, download the database. Now let's go to edit database. Let's go to our condiments, wherever they are, and honey's still there. That surprises me a little. No, it doesn't, because I have made a removal, and then stupidly I completely forgot to send it over. Right here, with string content, save managers, all of this stuff. Which is done here, but not here. Oh, hello, hello, Billy. What's up? Am I being made fun of because this is all being done with PHP? And it was fine, man. I was supposed to do something simple with my kid. That's the point of this. So, all right, let's try this again. Ooh. Hello? That took a long time, but it's okay. Shouldn't be a problem. Sometimes it will. So, honey, delete. Nutella, delete. Back to menu. Clear. Stop. Play. Edit database. Yes, they're gone. Raisins, as you know, as my daughter seems to think, are a condiment. So that's brilliant. But then again, I seem to think that oil filter is a category on its own. So that's got to go too. Aha! This one caused a bit of a reset. That's okay, because quite a lot of stuff went. That makes sense though, because I had a shorter list than what was available. I don't mind. I think that's okay. Back to menu. Make the list. Show invisible categories. So there are none because I've deleted that one. Very nice. Okay, this seems to be working fairly well. So the only thing that we still need to do is the resetting of the entire database. Now for that, I have no idea. I think I should have a load default database somewhere. Aha! Create default database. Does all of this thing. It adds them though. First it says new dictionary. Yeah, that's fine. Create default database. And then save. So it should be as simple as that, eh? It should be as simple as that. Public void reset database to defaults. So let's just do that. Put it right here, and we're gonna call create default database, and then we are going to call this. There we go. Should be as simple as that. And I suppose I'm gonna go straight there from the pop-up. So pop-up manager, confirm pop-up, blah 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 blah. Same thing. It's gonna be if I haven't clicked away from the thing, and if I've clicked on confirm, then I want the database script to reset database to defaults. And now that we've done all of this mess, oh crap, do I have to test that? I don't want to. My wife's gonna kill me as well, so let's not do that. We're going to cheat and make just, I'm sure that the loading and saving is going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to check that it does it temporarily. That's what I'm going to do. So let's hit play. Let's edit the database. Reset. Are you sure you want to restore the database to the database original categories and items? All of your modifications will be lost forever. Reset. Okay. I think I know what's happened. I forgot to call the update. And there it is. That's the default database, which hasn't been saved. Let's check that it has been saved. I mean, if it has, too late now. I'll answer that in a second. I'm almost done. Just a moment, please. So yeah, this seems to be working. It's fine. There's only one problem. We can't have it. I mean, it needs to be public, but not the way it's done. So we are going to go back to the pop-up manager, and we're going to confirm again. And we're not going to do that. We're going to cut this and put it here. Public void reset database defaults. Open, close. Do that, and then update database editing. And now that will do it automatically. Actually, here I'm going to comment this out. Data balls. Data bales. I added an L there. Data bales. Okay. Come on, bruh. Show us the money. Oh, yes, I'm stupid. Forgot. Now it doesn't do anything. Come on, I want to be done. I've taken 20 minutes too long. There was yet another small change I wanted to make, but we'll do it next time. Edit database, delete, yes, and it's been done. It was very sudden, like there was a lot in common, but whatever, that's a problem for another day. Back to the menu works, perfect. Okie doke, let's go uncomment that, and then we're going to push and deal with all of that. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube audience for this video, and there may be one more, but I think that will be definitely the end. Thanks very much, bye.